Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. We're here today with a Trail 70. This is a friend of mine's. At first glance, you realize that it does have the wrong seat. This seat is massive, and my favorite part about this massive seat is the homemade bracket for this. Look, they even cut out around the shock to be able to fit it, and then they fit this in here so it fits in right up under here, locks it down, not going anywhere. So let's go ahead and walk around this sucker and see what it has, what it doesn't have, what we wish it had less of. So let's start with the massive seat. It does look pretty complete under here. Looks like it may or may not have been ran not that long ago, and the reason why I say it is because of this battery. Because this looks just like an alarm battery. So this does, or maybe somebody tried to run it not that long ago, which we can get to that. It does look like there's been a buffet going on in here. So the wiring should be loads of fun. Look how many there are. That's just right here. Looks like they sat here and said, hey, what's for lunch? Oh, these walnuts. So that, dude, look, there's more. Just pulling them out. So we'll have to get all of this out and see if we can get to it. Dang, there's just more. It's a small little bike. How many walnuts are in here? I'm not super familiar with these. So I did phone a friend to see if I could get some info on this. Here's the VIN, the frame number right here. It looks like it's maybe CT70513. It does say ST70. I'm not sure if that was, again, I've got to do some research on this stuff to really be able to figure out a little bit more about it. But just wanted to go through and see what's there, what we have, what we don't have, what do we need more of, and let's work our way around. Exhaust, we're missing the heat shield here, but I think I may have an exhaust that we could use. My friend Jimmy, who owns this, he did say it was he was told it was a silver tag, but that the tag is missing. There's no tag up here, and supposed to have one, I'm not sure. Again, we're doing some research to figure it out. I'm thinking we may be able to get this guy going. It's fairly complete. Well, it's mostly complete, minus a spark plug. Okay, let me see if I can get in here, see if I can get some of this out, see what it is. It kind of feels like there's a good bit of stuff in there. We may be pulling this top end off, which I think we're going to do that anyway, because it looks pretty gunky in there. I think the first thing we may do is hose it off, because yeah, I'm feeling the piston, which is good, but I'm feeling stuff in there. I'm trying to get some of it out to see if I can figure out what it is. It looks like it's just oily dirt. That's what it looks like it is. And I think before we even try to turn it over, I think we'll try to pull that. I don't know if I want to pull the top end off, or maybe we try to see if we can blow it out, or we suck it out with the vacuum cleaner. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, let me show you what I have set up. Got a little piece of tube, some duct tape hooked up to the good old vacuum cleaner. We're going to put this in the hole and then turn it on. Oh, look. Not sure what this, you know what it looks like? It looks like there may have been a nest or something in there. This looks like because that one of those things looked like a wing or something. Who knows what this is? Let's blow it out. Okay, let's see what we can get now. You may want to safety squint. Guys, I was not lying about the safety squint. It's all over my hands, all over my chest. It's everywhere. Let's try this again. Okay, let me get over here. I got you guys at a safe distance. I've got my OSHA approved safety towel to slow the shrapnel. And let's give it a go. Oh yeah, so we did stop a bunch. Let's see if it's still coming out. All right, let's take a look inside, see what it looks like. Guys, I love this little borescope that I have. NIDAGE, N-I-D-A-G-E on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. It's so simple to use. I'll show you really quick, and you just use your phone. So all I have to do is turn it on. I navigate to its Wi-Fi. I hit that. It'll pop up, connect me to that, and then I launch the app, and then I'm seeing what you're seeing. It's that simple, super easy, easy to use. Let's take a look inside. So guys, this is it. Let me turn the light on. And make sure I get the light on. 1, 2, okay. And then let's go into this hole, see what we find, into the depths. Okay, looks like we got all the mud out. Looks like we got an open, that one's on the top. That looks like an intake. It's at the top. It doesn't look too bad. Looks like he's got some surface rust on there. Looks like this thing may have been run. I don't know. Let's run. I'm gonna shoot some brake clean in there, blow it out, and then look at it again. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's go ahead and blow some brake clean in here. We're at the very top, so it's coming out. We're gonna blow it out with the air compressor. So let me move you guys back and get the air compressor. Okay, I have you guys at a safe distance. I have my safety towel out. Air. Let's see what kind of mess we can make. Okay. Okay, let's go back in. See what we got. See if it, oh yeah, we got more stuff off of it. Looks like we do look a little cleaner, but we are at the very top of the, that's the valve right there. See it right there? We're at the very top of the cylinder. Guys, I did kick it over yesterday, and it just didn't feel like the piston was moving. It may have been slipping on the Kickstarter over here. It moved, but I wasn't 100% sure. So let's go ahead and just spray some WD-40 in there, and then we'll kick it over again. And it could have just been all the grime in it. Let's see what it does now. It almost feels like it could be hitting on a valve or something. You know what? One way to find out. Let's open her up. Let's go ahead and pull this top end off. This cover here. See our rockers down. Let me get you the light. Where to put it? Get your rockers down in there. Okay, let's go to the other side and pop this guy off. And that gets the cover off on the other side. And now it's removing the cam chain. I went ahead and got the intake unbolted, put those back in so I don't lose them. And then I unbolted this. You have one that goes right there, so I've got that unbolted and it's right there. Now I'm gonna pull the cam, the gear off, 3 bolts here, and then we should be ready to pull this. I'm gonna need a little help. Where'd he go? Oh, it's right here. I should be able to pull it up now. Let me check. Yeah, I missed one big thing. And let me know if you guys saw it, if you guys see it yet. There's only one thing that I missed, and it's not this spark plug, it's the exhaust. So let me go ahead and get the exhaust off. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy off. It spun, I was amazed. And then let's try the other one. There we go. Oh, it may be pulling the whole stud out, I think is what is going on. Okay, got my hands in, there we go. Okay, that's off. Now let's see what else we gotta unbolt to get this exhaust off. Good thing is that this was just hand tight. What else am I missing? Is that the only thing in there? Oh, it's missing the back half, bottom half, all of the exhaust. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, let me see if I can get this off here. See if this thing will come off to help me get this exhaust off. There we go. Okay, we'll need that. But good thing is that it is free, as you can tell if you keep an eye right over here. Let me see if I can get this guy up. Hope I can get it off without that fender coming off. I think the fender is going to have to come off. Okay, good. Normally you try to take them out separate, but this guy didn't want to come out, so I didn't feel like banging on it. That's it. But you can see it's going to need a little bit of this stuff if it's going to want to keep doing exhaust things. Okay, let me just blow this out a little bit. See what we're looking like, see what we're dealing with. A couple more things off to be able to get this thing free. Like this bolt right here, which holds my cam chain tensioner, and then I need this guy off, which I've already loosened this guy. And then we should be able to get that cylinder off, as long as it's not stuck. So we're about to find out. The good thing about this engine is that it's basically all 10 millimeters. Basically all. I didn't take it off all the way because I just don't want to lose the tensioner down. I mean this guide. Let me get this pick. Okay, I just wanted to get the pick on it just so I could roll it out. There. Now we should be able to get this guy off. I think that is everything. Okay, let me give these guys a couple of smacks. Couple of smacks. Piston does look like it's moving. It's just full of junk. Let me just tap on this guy, which I think it's moving. Okay, let's keep rustling this piston out. Squirt some juice in there. It does move a little bit, but then it just gets stuck again. So let me see if I can smack it down. But the good thing is that the kickstart drives it, which is a good thing. So let's see if we can smack it down some more. We've been moving it, so come on. I'm going to have to pull up the whole front end. Should be able to service this motorcycle without taking it all apart. And now I have a longer piece of wood. Now I can go straight on. I'm going to see if I can jam it back down, get it back up into the cylinder, and then work it back the other way. We're getting to the bottom of this situation. You can see we're getting to the bottom of that piston, that cylinder, I mean. Let's keep at it. It's going further every time, so I'm going to put this other block of wood right down there. See if that'll hold it up. See if we can wallop through there now. Get my cam chain through. Come on, just enough. That's good. Didn't know it was gonna be a woodworking channel. Oh, did we get any more? think we did, yeah. But now we're almost there. See right there, that's the piston right here. We're almost at the wrist pin, so we're getting close. Let's see what we got. That's it. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We're free at last. So let's just make sure that rolls around. Yeah. 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 That rolls around, which is good. Just need to clean it out and put it all back together. So guys, it looks as though this piston looks pretty good. It's not beat on or anything like that. The top ring is free. Middle ring looks to be stuck, which is probably why we have all this carbon over here. The bottom oil ring looks good. Top one spins. Bottom one just a little, middle one just a little stuck. We'll see what we can do to free that up. I'm pretty excited about our progress thus far. Just in about, this was probably 2.5 hours. We have to do one thing before we move on, and it's get rid of this guy because it's awful, and put this guy on. There we go. No more scooter seat. Okay, so I know I said it was a CT, and earlier I said it was, the frame said CT, but if you look closely, it's an S. So the engine is an ST. Let me do some more research and figure out what an ST is. I did some research, and I think the ST, it was either domestic or European. The CTs were US and Canada. I think the mystery has been solved. Let me know if you know more about these. I admittedly, yeah. I admittedly know nothing about these. Let me know if you have any info on the STs on this one. This badging is pretty cool. This is in English. It looks as though it's in English. It's not in Japanese. This tag right here. Our challenge today, remove this piston with the stuck ring and put all of this goodness on it. So the first thing we're going to do is pull off this chain guard, then this side cover, then this piston. Need to pull off the side cover because I need to get the top dead center, and I need to pull this off so I can get ready to do everything else. Then once we do that, we'll jam this rag into the cylinder, into the case, scrape off all of any remaining gasket, and then we'll get started putting it all back together. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this chain guard off. Good, should be out now. Okay guys, now on to the side cover. I like to put it in and just wallop it in there pretty good before I put the driver on. Just it seats this really good. Sometimes just smacking the head of the screw shocks it loose, and then we just wallop it and it just comes free. Sometimes it works. I just realized we're not going to be able to ride this thing until we get a chain. Oh, this has got stuff living in it. Again, remember all the walnuts that we had up top. Okay, let's go ahead and get this piston off. This is the piston that came off, and you can see this is where the problem arose, and it's in this middle ring which is stuck, which is probably the reason why we have all this carbon down here. Okay, we're going to start with top dead center. It's right here, and we're looking to line it up right here with this mark. So we want that to be in alignment. We are. I'm just setting it there. We don't even need to worry about it just yet, but I like to get it there so I don't have to think about it. I can just slide this guy in. There we go. I think we get it. Perfect. That's in. And then now just feeding my clip in. Just be careful because you will launch this sucker across the lawn, given the opportunity. I just set one end into the groove and then just rotate it around. There we go. Just keep rotating it around. It'll just find itself in there. The other thing I like to do is once I get it in, is just rotate it around just to make sure it's in there good. And that's that. Now sliding the piston on. Just working it in. I just like to rock it back and forth. And there we go. Got my cam chain through. I like to use these little wires with the alligator clips on the end, just because you can clip it to, and they tend to be pretty long, and we probably already have them. There we go. That's it. Now what I like to do next is to put my my roller guide, my cam roller guide in, just so I don't have to worry about my cam chain slipping down anymore. So that's on. Okay, let's tighten up my cam guide. And then we got this guy. I'm going to work my gasket all the way down. And then this O-ring, just like the other one, goes right here on the bottom. Just got to be careful just to make sure you don't lose those. It'll just save you from having to take it apart again. Okay, let's go ahead and put the top end on. Make sure you don't lose your O-ring right there. Let me feed this through. Now, I'll pull this guy through. Oh, make sure you don't lose this. Let me put a little bit of oil on it just to stick it. There, we're almost through. Oh, I forgot. You gotta make sure the rockers are pushed all the way, the rocker pins are pushed all the way in. If not, you'll run into them on the other side. So just have to make sure they're pushed in all the way. Keeping track, make sure my O-ring is still there. And that is it. Okay, let's just tighten this guy up right here. This bolt right here. Let's just go ahead and tighten that guy up. Okay, so I got the engine timed, the cam chain on, everything's on. I'd still have to do the valves, but I went ahead and pulled the carburetor off, which was a battle because I didn't want to lose this cable because I didn't have another one. So I had to, the slide was seized, so I had to get in there with a screwdriver and kind of pry it up back and forth, work it back and forth with some WD-40 until it freed up. Now we have to clean this sucker. The wheel came in so I can put more of a whole wheel on it. I'm going to build the whole wheel and then we'll put it on because this guy's all rusted. I need to check and see if I have another cable for this, which I think I might, and let's go from there. This is a, there we go. You know what? Ugh, they're in there. See if we can get them apart. There we go, knew we could do it. Yep. Good. Nope. Got one. It's got a hole in it. In case you watched the videos, and I found one without a hole in it. I think what we're gonna do before we do these wheels, I'm gonna clean them up. I probably won't do that right now, but I'm gonna clean them up and we're gonna paint them because there's no reason to put them on like this. I've got tires to put on it. When I take the back one off, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. Since I have to put tires on, I got to take it apart anyway to put tires on it, so I might as well make it look good. This is still remainders of that parts lot that I got for Z50 parts. That's tire and tube. Tire and tube should be good. Here is a hub that I need for that front wheel, because I'm gonna build the whole wheel, then just take the old one off. I don't think there's anything in here just yet that I need. That's gonna happen. We may need that wiring harness as we dig into the electrical. But let's go ahead, I wanna pull off this so I can get to the underneath to clean out the rest of the walnuts and to really do a deeper dive into this electrical. So let's get this battery box off. Is that it? Just wires? I think it might be. Yep. That's it. Every time I move, there's more of these damn walnuts. So I need to be able to get, that's why I want to pull the tank off so I can get to the bottom and suck out everything. So far, fingers crossed, I haven't seen any chewed wires. I've seen lots of, okay, saw that stick and I thought maybe I had one, but no, we're pretty good thus far. Yeah, but again, they're everywhere. At least they had their snack of choice. Here we go, we got that off. Pop this guy off. Oh good, got it. Let's go ahead and pull off this air box, see if we can get to where the wires feed in, just so I can check. I want to be able to check the wires from top to bottom. So let's see if I can get this guy off. It looks, I'm probably spinning on your side. Give it the whole reach around. Hold this one and let's get this air box off, see what treasures we have behind. Now that I've got this repositioned, I've got the air box out of the way, I can get this gas tank out so that I can get down in there and see what else lies beneath. So good thing I did. This is where I need to get all the walnuts out from underneath. You can see them. You can see them down here. We need to be able to get those out. But I wanted to check this wire. This one looks like it was chewed on a little bit. Doesn't look, yeah, it does look like it went through. Does look like it chewed through right there. Good thing I checked, because we're not going to have power to go up to the front. So now we're going to have to stick our arm up in here. Oh, it's a whole lot easier than what I thought. And I don't feel any dead bodies. But we'll get the vacuum cleaner in there first, because I think I'm going to go ahead and just pull this harness out and then check the ones that I have, see if I have one that I can replace it with. We'll also check this. I don't know if I can. How do you change the coil? Maybe there's a bolt back here. No, they don't make it. The only way you can do it is by pulling the engine, looks like. Okay, I just pried this grommet off, and look at this. There, it had to be a fire. It rubbed through all of these wires, which had to be exactly what caused all of that madness. So we're gonna have to replace this. Thankfully, I have a couple of them here, and hopefully they will work for what we need. So let's go ahead and pull this harness off. Let's see if we can get this guy through here now. I think we're unplugged. Oh, we got a couple of clamps that hold it down. Let's see if we can pull this harness through. Yep, that's through. Look at this where it cooked. Every one of these wires was, not everyone, but more than half of them were going through. So there was a fire. Not sure what kind of switch this is. Let me get the other harness. Okay, going through the wiring harness. This is the stock harness right here that was on the bike. And this is the crazy key switch that we had that we don't need. This is the, make sure I have it the right way. Yeah, this is the alternative wiring harness that we have. And it looks as though I have, everything is in the right place. Everything is good. So the only thing this one has, that this one doesn't, is provisions for turn signals. But this one should have, in the back, it didn't have provisions for turn signals, but it has a turn signal switch for up front. So it's got wires all the way through. The previous one did not have orange and light blue coming to the back. Oh, sorry. It did. It was ate off by the mice. That's why I couldn't find it. So it does have them right there. So which is good. They have basically the same harness. So we'll be able to just swap it in. The only thing I'll have to do is get a key, because I don't have a key for it. Okay guys, we have the wiring harness checked out. Key. I need a key. I'm going to take this switch tomorrow to the locksmith to get it done. But I went ahead and replaced this. Where was it? This is the one side. The other side was just completely destroyed. So I went ahead and I taped up some of the spots that were bad. So let me just tape up this right now since I saw it. The only thing I did not fix. I'm saying the only thing I did not fix. There's probably some other stuff that I did not fix too. But we're going to go ahead and do this really quick. It'll never be seen. It'll be inside that frame, but I'll know it. There, that's better. All of this stuff is good everywhere through. So this wiring harness actually looks pretty good. Should be pretty plug and play. Yep. Good. Pretty excited about that. Guys, I've decided that the path of least resistance with this front end is just to drop the whole thing. Okay, let's undo these forks. Okay, so I had to get out the Honda specialty tool to be able to undo these. Again, I'm not using these. I already loosened the other side, so I should be able to get both of these off. Nothing holding these things in now. There we go. Hopes and dreams. That's it. Awesome. There we go. Now we're through. This guy on the other side. Yeah. It looks considerably better than what we started with. In case you guys forgot, it looked like that. Had holes in it. Bottoms of these were basically gone. And this looks a little more presentable. Except I missed the hole. Let's try again. Sometimes you get to do it again. Good practice. Okay, we'll tighten that guy up. But that is considerably better than where we started from. Let's see if we can get this rear wheel off. It is stuck and I think it's in the brake. So I want to be able to just get this guy off. Okay, I put that nut back on. Put it on backwards so I didn't damage the other side. And we're just gonna wallop it. several times until it submits. Let's see what happens. Hey, that didn't take too long. Just knock this axle out. There it is. Got it. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can get this hub off, see if I can free it up. I'm just gonna have to wallop on it a bit to see if I can get it. So it is moving a little. Trying to get it to rotate in all directions.
6 hours later. 3 weeks later.
Let's try a little WD-40 in here. And let me see if I can smack it in. Smack it around. Looks like it's moving a little freer. There we go. Looks like it may be coming free. Haha, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty. There we go. Okay, let's zip these off. Alright. That should be all that. That should be that. So something else I'm excited about is getting rid of the walnuts that we have down there. Look at the rust holes that we have from just rodent pee. Here, here, here. Yeah, that is considerably better. Looks really good. Like it. We're making progress. We'll probably pull this fender off to clean it, but I think what I'd like to do is I'm gonna spray some of that rust repair, that rust reformer, rust, whatever it's called. There. Okay, let's go ahead and put it back together. Pretty simple. We ultrasonic clean this thing so it's good and clean. We checked all of the jets, blew through everything. There we go. Waiting on a gasket for this because I went crazy when I took it apart. So we're just putting it together right now just so we don't have to look for all the bits and pieces. Come on. What's the hold up here? I'll put it on the right way. Put it on the right way. And then these screw from the top. Awesome. Let's get this guy. Then this guy, and then the other guy, there we go. Feels like it should. Okay, and then we got this guy on this guy here. We are waiting on a few more pieces for this. It's going to come apart again. We'll probably run it through the ultrasonic cleaner again, just since I'm about to take it apart again to put in all the gaskets, so might as well just do it. It's a simple carb. It's not going to hurt it cleaning it again. So there we go. Got it all back together, and we'll just wait on the extra pieces and parts, and then we'll be good to go. Today we're hoping to get this sucker to fire up. So we've been waiting on the key to come in for our ignition switch. It came in, but it doesn't turn. It goes in, but it doesn't do this. So we just went ahead and hot wired it. And all you have to do is take the black wire here, run it all the way up to the black wire of the coil. We went ahead and put a new coil in. I didn't show that because, how do I put this? There was lots of swearing. What I mean by that is that, do you see it down there? Trying to get this guy off, you've got to feed your hand through here and work the wrench through here. It's little, whole bunch of those. And then when you're trying to put it on, because it's upside down, when you're trying to put it on, up, down there, upside down with your hand under here, it's crazy. The other thing is I had to repair my throttle cable. And by repair, I mean put super glue on it to cover the frays so they won't grab the inside of the outer cable and all the way down. So now I'll be able to put that on. But what I'm going to start with is I can't stand looking at this seat anymore. It's awful. If you remember what the seat used to look like, it came with this big scooter seat that was massive. This is actually a correct seat, but it's got this duct tape on it. So we're going to peel it off and actually see how bad this seat actually is. I think it'll look loads better without the duct tape on it. We're going to use that stuff that you've probably seen in these videos, to where they cover every types of fabric, and you buy this, it'll fix everything. That's what we're going to use. We're going to use this stuff to see if it'll actually make this look better. This thing is actually going to get another cover, but I can't. This hurts my heart every time I look at this. And we're going to do what we can to get off all this sticky residue. Try to make it look as good as we can. Now, I can get a little obsessive about things like this, although this alcohol seems to be cleaning it up. I know that this is not the answer. I know that the answer is putting a new cover on it. But can I make this look as good as it can? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and soak this. I just soaked this rag with alcohol, so it's pretty wet, but it's holding it in place. I just want to let it see if I can soften that up first. This side is coming pretty good. Okay, so we're going to try a little WD-40. Okay guys, we got all the stuff off. Have to admit, this looks way better than what it did before. Remember, it used to look like this. Okay guys, there's our cleaned up seat. We kept our line right here all the way around. I'm so happy to be throwing this away. Okay, so got the auxiliary fuel tank. I've got a little leak on my petcock, so I just put enough in, and we're going to use my electric start here. Make sure it's going the right way. I do have my power on right here. I just have it hot wired straight from the stator straight to the coil. So let's see if this sucker runs. Let's make sure that we're getting spark. Okay, before we check to see if we have spark, let's just squirt a little starting fluid in there, see if that works. Yeah, that sounds like it's running. Let's sort out my fuel. Okay, let's work on that carburetor. Okay guys, by work on the carburetor, I mean let's go through the stash of carburetors we have for a CT70 and then just put one on. Okay, so we have the carburetor set up. New carburetor in. Got my electric starter. Let's go ahead and see what happens. That's awesome. I don't want to run it too long. I don't even have an exhaust on there. But guys, way to go. Guys, this little ST70 is a runner. Let's see if it'll start up again. Let's see if we can kickstart it. Come on. Come on. Guys, this sucker's gonna start so easy. It does start so easy. Let me make sure I turn my fuel off up here. My fuel is not leaking. The fuel here is from when I choked it to kill it. Guys, this is a runner. And you gotta say, that seat looks way better. It's still rough, don't get me wrong. I did replace the rear fender because the other one was broken right about here and really rusty, and I de-rusted this guy up here a little bit. So it is looking a little bit better on the back side. It's got that fancy new seat. We're gonna put it down on the ground after we fix the tube, put the exhaust on. So that's one thing we have to do. We do need to put a fuel tank on it. We do need to put an exhaust on it, which we have right, it's hard to see right there, which we have right here. Have to put an exhaust on it. And then after that, we should be good to go. We may put the air box in it, and then we'll take it for a ride up and down the street. Okay, we got the tube out. Let's see if we can figure out where the leak is. Okay, patch number 2. First one failed. Not immediately, but it eventually just gave way. So this is patch number 2. We'll let it sit for a while, and then we'll make sure it doesn't fail, and then we'll put it back together. Okay guys, using a little bead grease from Rabaconda, the folks that have the world's best tire changer, portable tire changer. Check it out if you haven't had a chance. They're a great sponsor of the channel, so it's pretty awesome. Rabaconda, portable tire changer. Now just zip them down. There we go. Let's do the hub next. Take this guy. The good thing is that these nuts are captured here on this side. This guy just goes all on right there. Line up your holes and then screw in. First kick. Let's go, see what happens. Suggestion. Sounds like I got all 3 numbers. Yeah. Brakes are suggested. There you have it. Our ST70 is a runner. This thing is fun. And surprisingly roomy. It's got a lot of room. We're not finished by all means. We still need this stuff right there. We still need the harness to put on so that we can get it. But other than that, thing is, that chrome is blinding me. Not too bad. It still needs lots of love, but it has come a long way. Rebuilt the engine, basically rebuilt the wheels, hubs inside, had to beat those things apart, put them back together. The what else did we do? We did so much stuff. Seat, carburetor, all of this stuff is new. From here forward is new, except for the intake. Loads of fun. Our Honda ST70, we got little bits and pieces to do on it, but it's basically a runner. We can run this sucker to the grocery store. It's good. So guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.